Come on, folks, let's give them a hand.
Presented in part by Puckett's Restaurant.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at radiodirect.com/privacy. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
Wow, you look amazing. What have you been doing?
I'm sure you've heard of Ozempic, Wegovy, and the other GLP-1 medications, right? Well, I found this great company called Zelfie. If you qualify, their providers can prescribe medications like Ozempic and Wegovy and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive, all 100% online.
I can get GLP-1 medications for 80 to 90% less and do it all online? No doctor's office or pharmacy?
Yes, Zelfie can provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less and shipped directly to your door.
How do I get started with Zelfie?
Just send them a text.
Text LOVE to 797979 to get started today with Zelfie. Get the same active ingredients in Wegovy or Ozempic, but for 80 to 90% less and 100% online. Don't wait. Text LOVE to 797979 for a link to your exclusive offer. Text LOVE to 797979. That's LOVE to 797979.
Hello, friend. Al Purnell here, the sausage man, for Purnell's Old Folks Country Sausage. People ask me how Old Folks Sausage got its name. Well, Old Folks was my daddy's nickname. He got it when he was a little boy, being around the old folks and listening to their stories and learning things. That's how he learned to make great tasting sausage the old-time way, and that's still how we make it today. Try Purnell's Old Folks Country Sausage, because it's good.
From the Simply Superior Studio, inside the Springer Mountain Farms Acuff House, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody, presented in part by Hemisphere Coffee Roasters.
Your radio home for the Opry, WSM, Nashville.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The alleged gunman involved in the shooting at Saturday's White House Correspondents' Dinner is expected to be arraigned on federal charges today. Authorities say 31-year-old Cole Allen of Torrance, California, tried to rush through a security checkpoint carrying 2 guns and multiple knives and exchanged gunfire with law enforcement before being subdued. President Trump and several cabinet members were in attendance at the Washington Hilton when the gunfire erupted. They were all unharmed. Senator Tom Tillis says he'll vote to confirm President Trump's pick to be the next Federal Reserve Chair. More from Mark Mayfield.
The North Carolina Republican made the comment on NBC's Meet the Press after he blocked Kevin Warsh's nomination from moving forward over the investigation into Jerome Powell. Tillis dropped his opposition after the Justice Department ended its criminal investigation of Powell on Friday. The probe was looking into the management of the Fed building's renovation.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
WSM weather.
From the Springer Mountain Farms Weather Center, here's your first alert forecast.
I'm WSMV4 First Alert Meteorologist Stefano DiPietro. It's a First Alert weather day for today and tonight. Now, we could get a couple of isolated thunderstorms this afternoon west of I-65, but the main severe weather threat will be in the middle of our night tonight with high wind gusts, heavier downpours, even a couple of isolated spin-up tornadoes possible. We get done with the rain tomorrow morning. We're dry through the afternoon. Another First Alert weather day coming tomorrow evening and overnight with another round of potentially strong to severe thunderstorms and all modes of severe weather possible once again.
Okay, all modes of severe weather. That's not making me happy. Honestly, it looks like the worst of it's going to come around between like midnight and 4. Right now, though, 69, sunny in Nashville.
Bill Cody in the morning, WSM. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
So this is why, as a kid, my mom would always keep like the big cinnamon loaf or the cake from Entenmann's, the pound cake, in the corner of the kitchen that we weren't allowed to eat in case we had company. And we got company. We have a house full. Sister Sadie is in the house to guest host this morning.
Company's coming.
Deanie Richardson, Danny Flowers, Jaylee Roberts. Good morning, all, and welcome to WSM. Welcome back. You guys have been with us many times, but this is the first time in like an official capacity.
I know. I'm so excited.
Yes, we were practicing our DJing.
Yeah. We're very good at it. We're so good.
Wow. Okay. Listen, I'm an only child, so I am a big self-critiquer. Are you, really?
Yes.
See,
I love that for us.
Me too. Well, Charlie Worsham was here on Friday, and he is also an only child. Opry Dan Rogers, only child. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I love that.
Bill Cody was okay with all of those until he realized that Charlie Daniels, who was like his hero, was also an only child.
really?
And that was kind of like a gut punch. Yeah. Yeah. So we are the
Interesting.
best, though.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And I'm the best of all worlds. And Kelly Sutton is an only child, too. We are only children raising only children.
Oh, wow.
To keep that going. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And like Reese is 16 and Jackson just turned 13. So.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, there better not be another one. Because I'm not going to be able to do that. So, Annie and I, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. So happy to have you guys all
We're
in.
so thrilled to be here.
Yeah, so let's see. We did the important things. We have instruments, right? That's a good thing. We have liquor, which is also very important for any morning broadcast.
You never know when you might need a shot.
All right, okay. So, by the way, speaking of which, though, you told me something really cool off air. We have like a sponsor. We have like
well, it's not official yet.
Oh, we can't talk about that, so we don't want to jinx it yet. Okay.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
haven't signed the paperwork,
All
but
right.
I'm excited about it.
All right. This is the danger of telling someone who speaks into a microphone
No, it's all good.
anything
It's all
that
good.
eventually it
I
may
would
be
love to
said on
talk
the
about
air.
it. I just feel like I should wait.
Okay.
Because I'm so excited.
All right. Well, we're going to wait a little bit, but we got a lot of fun stuff happening this morning. A bit later on, going to rewind to the Opry stage. A couple of our favorites, Emmylou Harris and Ashley McBride.
Yeah,
We'll do
you
that.
asked us to come up with some tunes we might want to play.
Yeah.
And Emmylou's like on all of our lists. So.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
Well, I'm proud to say I've mentioned this a couple of times on the air, but the newest member of our family, Miss Maybelle, a 3-year-old beagle, is from Bonaparte's Retreat.
Oh,
So,
how sweet.
yeah, I know. I've yet to work with Emmy to show her the videos and the photos of Miss Maybelle, but she is a
What a
she is
great
a sweet.
name,
Well, I
too.
think Emmylou names them all, so they
Does she?
all
Okay.
have. They all get kind of countrified
That makes
names
sense.
a little
I love
bit.
that.
So
That's like my chickens. Did you ever hear the story about my chickens?
I didn't know you had chickens
So
to
I-
begin with.
Well, I
so.
had chickens, and I had a rooster named Roy A. Cluck. And I had a hen I named Patty Cluckless. And I had a Dottie Breast. And
This is great.
Tanya Clucker.
Oh, God.
You have to name our geese. We've been not knowing what to name our
Yes,
geese.
we have goslings in the back. Those are all like so close to breaking so many FCC rules with
Little
those
Jimmy
names.
chickens?
Yes,
Little
and I
Jimmy
know I
chickens?
would
That-
like mess it up somehow. You know, oh, those are really good.
Yeah, it was great.
I have a dog named Dolly Loretta. So.
Aw. Do we also have Sadie too?
Oh yes, I have a Sadie Rue and a Dolly Loretta.
Aw, I love that. Okay, well, see, look at that. So, and by the way, this is just for fun. A little bit later on this morning, I Googled
Yes.
fun facts on
Oh,
all of
nice.
you.
Yes.
So we're going to see how accurate
Oh.
Google AI is when it comes to various
Oh,
things.
fun.
Okay,
Oh,
we're going to have fun with
so
that. So,
excited.
but we're going to go back to the Opry stage. This is from a few months back, and it truly is one of my favorite things when you guys are there. And I don't know if you do it every time, but it's when I'm there, you tend to do this. And I'm not going to ruin the setup because you do a wonderful setup of it. But it is an incredible instrumental, and the crowd, it just blows them away every time.
It's high energy. It's fun.
Every time they hear it. And I think it's because the setup is so perfect. So we're going to rewind to the Opry stage with Sister Sadie this morning. Oh, you're playing it, Annie. Sorry about that.
No one told me that.
Yeah, so
That's good.
this is our Monday morning.
Awesome.
I think it might have been. I might have told you when you were like logged out of your computer. Yeah,
I had a rough
You were a little
morning.
distracted.
Sorry,
this morning.
here, you
everyone.
need this.
Yeah.
So-
I'm gonna take a shot while
yeah,
we do
I think
this.
the show's going to get better.
It
So,
is.
okay.
It
So
never fails.
Here we
Every
go.
night after our show, someone will come up to us, and it's usually a guy, I'm not going to lie, that says, you guys are pretty good for a bunch of girls. And I always say to that person, if you're out there tonight, watch this.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you so much.
If you're listening on WSM, that's a standing ovation at the Grand Ole Opry for Sister Sadie.
Coffee, Country, and Cody.
And I'm going to turn up my hearing aid so I don't miss it.
Presented in part by Hemisphere Coffee Roasters.
We're talking today with Jeff Roberts of Jeff Roberts and Associates, the working man's lawyer. An 18-wheeler crash can turn your world upside down. The trucking company has lawyers. Do you?
Jeff, I was hit by a semi-truck and now I'm dealing with serious injuries. What can I do?
Trucking accidents are complex. Trucking companies and their insurers will try to protect themselves, not you.
But they're already saying it was my fault.
That's a common tactic. We investigate everything, driver logs, maintenance records, black box data, to find out what really happened. If they cut corners, drove recklessly, or ignored safety regulations, we'll hold them accountable.
Can I afford a lawyer for this?
You don't pay unless we win. You focus on getting better, we'll handle the fight. Give me a call today at 615-425-4400 or visit me at middletninjury.com. That's middletninjury.com.
Jeff Roberts and Associates, the working man's lawyer. Find them online at middletninjury.com.
Americana Fest, the Americana Music Festival and Conference, is Nashville's best week of music. Slated for September 15th through September 19th, with performances by Buddy Miller,
I'm fired again.
Katie Pruitt, Melissa Etheridge,
And I chose to survive. God, I love being alive.
Drayton Farley,
And I need your love. This rush just
Aaron Enderlin,
baby, I can be your whiskey.
Leroy Parnell, Shaky Graves, and many more. Premier all-event silver wristbands are available at AmericanaFest.com. That will get you admission into shows, plus invitations to dozens of music, business, panels, and parties. Just want to catch the nighttime showcases? Festival wristbands are also available at AmericanaFest.com. Americana Fest, the coolest music scene today.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Beanie, Danny, and Jaylee from Sister Sadie, our guest host this morning on Coffee, Country, and Cody. I'm Charlie Matos. That's Annie and I. Jeff Roberts is up in Master Control. A shout out to your Sister Sadie cohort this morning, who was the writer on Raleigh's Ride.
Gina Britt wrote that one. Good tune.
One of the founding members, correct?
The OGs, they call us.
Yeah.
The
OGs.
And funny story, Charlie, every time I say that on stage, I'll say, does anybody out there know what the OGs mean? And there'll be silence, and somebody will say, the old gals?
Oh!
Like,
Well,
oh.
ooh. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I get from Annie all morning.
A lot of chirping from me to Chuck.
Yeah, I'm kind of put in my spot very often. Quite often I do deserve it. I granted that as well. So
Yeah, he is a man.
Yeah. See if memory serves correctly here. It all began at the Station Inn, kind of impromptu.
Yeah, a Station Inn about 13 years ago now. And it was Della and Bradley, myself, Gina, Tina Adair, and Beth Lawrence. And we were 5 women who had known each other our whole entire lives, but never really played together in that configuration. So we just thought it'd be fun to have a night at the Station Inn. We did some trio stuff, Dolly, Emmy, Linda trio stuff, and just some bluegrass standards. And the second we got backstage, we had no idea, no set list, nothing. And we just get backstage about 4:30, and we hit that first downbeat and all looked at each other and was like,
ooh.
It was like, whoa, this feels like we've been playing together forever. And it just, I don't know, it just felt great. We felt bonded instantly. And from there, did another night at the Station Inn. From there, started getting calls to play a few festivals. And we were like, that sounds like fun. And then we got called to cut a record. And we were like, okay, let's do a record.
Yeah.
But it was never intended to be a full-time thing. It was just let's go have fun and play tunes as 5 women who respect each other, love each other, and have known each other forever. And then, IBMA Awards, Grammy nominations.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Some young girls in the band. And
and the OGs.
And the OGs.
Yeah, the OGs. The origin of the name comes from a Tony Rice song, right?
Yeah, we were trying to figure out a name for the band, and we all love Tony Rice, and he had a song called Little Sadie.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought that's pretty cool. That name Sadie's pretty cool. And we all feel like sisters. So just made sense. There was nothing really special about it. We get that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Sadie? Which one is Sadie?
Right.
There's no Sadie.
Where is she?
Except Jaylee's dog.
Yeah, I always go, my dog.
My dog. There you go. Yeah. Well, I will proudly wear the moniker Mr. Sadie
Mr.
for the next
Sadie.
couple of hours
Yes,
here this
please
morning.
do.
So, yes. This is 20 years for you now in Nashville, Tennessee, right, Danny?
It is.
2006?
Yes.
It's interesting.
How did you know that?
Well, you know, when I was, the year I turned 54, I realized that I had been in Nashville 27 years, and it was exactly half my life. And it was a very, it was not a bad thing, but it was a very sobering thing.
Sure.
Because if you ask me where I'm from, or my hometown, I will always say just outside of Providence, Rhode Island. I default to where I grew up. I think Annie would do the same. Where are you from? You're from Jersey, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, you ask Bill, you might get Cross Plains,
So true.
Huntsville, Alabama,
You just
San
don't know.
Antonio, Orlando, Louisville, Lexington. Get a lot of answers with him.
Depends where the person who asks is from.
Well, that's about, then he'll tailor it to where,
Smart.
right. But for me, it was always that. And then I realized, oh gosh.
You've been here longer.
I haven't lived there since I was 17, and I've been here exactly half my life. So,
Wow.
so pretty wild.
You're a Nashvilleian, dude.
Yeah.
Me too. I think I was 17 when I moved here, so I've lived in Nashville longer than
Anywhere.
I've lived anywhere. Yeah.
Wow. Moved straight from Illinois?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jaylee and I are unicorns, you know.
Oh, Middle Tennesseans at heart, right? Yeah. Kingston Springs?
I grew up in Kingston
Yeah,
Springs.
and Nashville proper, right?
Murfreesboro.
Well, close enough, I guess. Yeah. So
Take
yeah,
it.
yeah. And you're an MTSU grad. I remember one morning we celebrated like graduation on the air, if I
Yes, we
remember
did.
correctly.
That's
You're right.
so crazy.
Yeah. Well, we played a great instrumental from the Opry stage, and I know the answer is different for all three of you. When would you have each played that stage for the very first time,
Oh,
either
man.
collectively or individually?
I was 12.
Okay.
My first time,
Yeah.
and I had won a fiddle contest in Smithville, Tennessee, and part of I got a little check, and then I got to perform. It was the National Beginners Championship or something. So part of my winnings was I got an appearance at the Grand Ole Opry. So I went out there with my buddy Fred Duggan, who had usually backed me up at those competitions, and then Roy Husky Jr. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah,
Roy
of
Husky
course,
Jr.
yeah.
played bass, and had my cowboy hat on, and went out there and played 2 fiddle tunes, and scared to death, but that was my first time.
Wow. Not to be nosy, but what does winning the fiddle competition at age 12 pay?
It wasn't great.
Okay.
But for a 12-year-old.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
good.
No, I think
It
over
might have been
$20, right?
$50, maybe.
Yeah.
That was
No,
good
I mean,
money
the
for a
Opry
12.
is the cool part
It
of
is
that
the cool
prize,
part,
right?
yeah.
Oh, wow. Danny?
I don't remember what year it was. Yes, I do. It was 2017, actually. I got to sing harmony with Ashley Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Carl Jackson on
Yeah.
the Opry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then my second time was on my birthday with Sister Sadie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now that's
like
really
a month
sweet.
after I joined the band. Yeah.
Oh. It was one of the first gigs, wasn't it? One of your very first gigs?
Yeah.
Well, that's a baptism by fire right there.
Well,
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 members of this band, their first gig
Was an Opry gig?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how that works out, but it's like, if you can do this, you're hired.
Right. Yeah. So like 12 is pretty cool to be at the Opry for the very first time, but fair to say, Jaylee, you kind of grew up going to the Opry with your dad many times, right?
Yeah, I always tell people I use Little Jimmy Dickens as my like measuring stick as I got taller, and I remember I got to like 4th grade and I was like, yes,
You're taller.
I know.
Oh, that's funny. You know, he and Brenda Lee were just about the same height, but
Yeah.
Brenda always had him because of the hair. Yeah. So that was the difference there. So, but when would you have played it for the first time?
I guess technically the first time I played, I got to sing harmony with the Whites on Keep on the Sunny Side when I was 13. So it would have been like 2013 and 2014. And then my live audition with Sister Sadie was in December 5th, 2020. And my live audition, I was terrified but so excited. So
We throw them.
Well, you both stuck around, so something worked out well, right? Well, we'd love for you to play one live this morning.
Yeah. So we have a new record label, which is exciting. We just signed with Down the Road Records, and went in the studio January 2nd to start a new record, and finished it like in 6 days. We got a whole record, and I'm pretty excited about that. So new music coming soon. This is one of those from that record. Danny, can we tell you a little bit about this one?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good story.
I feel like you need a backstory on this one. First of all, a fun fact I usually like to tell folks about some of us in the band. And I won't ever tell who, but some of us on the road after a show enjoy a cigarette every now and then. Not always. And listen, none of us are smokers, okay? I will say. But just every once in a while, we like to do that. Deanie keeps the cigs. She hangs on to them, so we get like one per, whoever wants one. Mm-hmm. And then, so this song, last September, we went on a trip that we were all dreading. We were excited to play the shows, but we knew the travel was going to be pretty horrendous. So just months ahead, we're like, oh, here comes this trip. And we started out here, we drove to Muskogee, Oklahoma, and then Taos, New Mexico, the big barn dance. And then we went to Phoenix, Arizona, and then we played a show there, got in the van, didn't sleep at all, and drove all the way back to Nashville, which is like a 24-hour drive without stops. So it took us about 32-ish hours to get home. And we did that all in 3 days. So we knew this was going to be rough. But by the time we were on the trip driving through New Mexico and Arizona, we just were all looking at each other going, can you imagine if we had been on a plane or not done this trip at all, we would have missed all of this beauty because it's so beautiful there. There was this rare, like blood full supermoon happening in the mountains. It was gorgeous. So when we first got to Muskogee, we're driving around listening to Okie from Muskogee, as you do.
USA.
We realized...
I feel compelled to say USA.
Right,
yeah, so, okay.
We realized we didn't have any cigarettes, so we pulled into a gas station for Deanie to get some. She's the purchaser. And she got back in the car, and I was like, we just bought Marlboros in Muskogee because we buy Marlboro menthols.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, that's pretty cool. So I put that in my notes app. And then throughout the trip, some of the girls would say some other things, and I would write those down because I keep track of all the good things people say on the road in my phone. I can read them to you later if you want.
This may be a fun segment, actually. Yes.
But anyway, we got back to Nashville. Deanie and I got together with John Randall and Jesse Alexander and wrote this song about that trip. I bought some Marlboros in Muskogee, and I'll be sleeping in Taos tomorrow night. Watch the sunset in New Mexico, then play a show, then hit them old white lines. Then after that it's coffee black and park the van outside the Sagebrush Inn. And by the time we get to Phoenix, we'll be changing strings and tuning up again. Ooh, Monday just rolls right on into Friday, and it goes on and on and on and on. Ooh, I drive a couple 1,000 miles from my own driveway just to play a country song. This marble from Muskogee goes straight to my head here in this mile-high town. We're waiting on the rain to stop in this parking lot outside some old fairground.
It's hey, pass me the lighter. It's mascara in a visor. And trying to find your cleanest dirty clothes. We've been up for 30 hours straight, but on that stage no one will ever know. Ooh, Monday just rolls right on into Friday, and it goes on and on and on and on. Ooh, you've got to be insane to think a highway makes a damn good home away from home. This last marble from the Muskogee is burning faster than the Texas sun. We're pulling into Nashville town to close the case and rest these weary bones. It's due some laundry, cash the checks, hug your baby round the neck, meet the band at midnight, and then buy some marbles in Montgomery, light one up and do it all again.
Oh gosh, I love that. That is so great. Oh,
so
what a
fun.
what a 72-hour travel log.
Yeah.
Oh, that is just wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, two quick smoking notes.
Okay.
In my former days, I remember being on a road trip down to Miami at the Dolphin Stadium, but home to the Marlins at the time, right? Because they didn't have their own stadium, so you couldn't smoke in the stadium, right? You could smoke out on the concourse, but I did not bring any with me. So I'm like, by about the seventh inning, I'm jonesing pretty bad. So I go, certainly someone has to be smoking in this entire stadium. And I finally see a woman like 3 sections down. So I walk up and I go, I hate to bother you. And she goes, you're more than welcome, but I have to tell you, they are Virginia Slim, menthol light 100s.
Oh.
So,
all
you know,
the
they're about like this tall. And like, I'm like, yes, please. So that's and the other is that when I turn 70, Opry Dan Rogers and I are going to start smoking again.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
my rule. Dan's lobbying for 68, so it happens faster. Anyway, Sister Sadie, our guest host this morning on Coffee Country.
Coffee, Country, and Cody.
They're really funny in the morning.
The best.
That's it.
That's my station.
WSM.
Starting with one store in 1978, Boot Barn has become the largest Western and workwear retailer in the nation. Supporting those who feed, build, and protect America, we offer the largest selection of cowboy boots, work boots, Western wear, workwear, and outdoor gear. With over 500,000 pairs of boots and thousands of top-quality jeans and clothing, it's an honor to support the people who make our country so great. Boot Barn. Keep West.
WSM Radio proudly presents Springer Mountain Farms Bluegrass Nights at the Ryman. Coming back for 2026. Hear the biggest names in bluegrass on the very stage where bluegrass was born, Tuesday nights this June and July. Featuring performances from Ricky Skaggs, Watkins Family Hour, Sierra Hull, Daly and Vincent, and more. Season passes for all 6 shows and single tickets are now on sale at Ryman.com.
Good Monday morning. This is Holly Thompson with your WSMV4 News Update. This morning, a man's recovering after an attempted carjacking turned into a deadly gunfire exchange in Berry Hill. It happened over the weekend. Police say a 44-year-old DoorDash driver parked just outside Walgreens on 8th Avenue South. He walked across the street to pick up an order. Well, when he got back to his car, a man approached him at gunpoint, demanding his vehicle. Police say the delivery driver did not give in, and that's when things took a turn. We asked police now if the DoorDash driver will face any charges. Police say this is an open investigation. Childcare in Nashville is expensive, and for many families, it's nearly impossible to find. Right now, parents in Davidson County, they're paying about $14,000 a year per child on average. Now, city leaders are stepping in with a plan to lower costs and expand accessibility. Mayor Freddie O'Connell now backing new legislation designed to make it easier to open daycare centers across the city. The plan would cut through red tape, speed up permits, and remove spacing rules that limit how close centers can be to each other. More than 80% of families say childcare issues have disrupted their ability to work. The goal is to have more childcare options and eventually lower costs for families. For context, Nashville has lost about 15% of its licensed childcare providers. That's over the past 6 years. Supporters say if more providers can open, it could help the shortage and the price pressure. And as we get ready for another round of storms, it's expected to bring lots of rain. INDOT's reminding residents to move any debris away from storm drains and ditches. This way, it can drain properly and keep yards and roads from flooding. Also, make sure it's not in the street. Now, if you have that storm debris that needs immediate assistance, you can call 311. You can follow updates on these stories and the latest on your First Alert forecast. It's all in the WSMV4 News app. From the WSMV4 Newsroom, I'm Holly Thompson.
WSM weather. From the Springer Mountain Farms Weather Center, here's your First Alert forecast.
I'm WSMV4 First Alert meteorologist Stefano DiPietro. It's a First Alert weather day. The risk of strong to severe thunderstorms across the mid-state. A couple of isolated storms could fire up this afternoon west of I-65. Remain severe threat this evening and overnight tonight with all modes of severe weather, including isolated tornadoes, possible.
It is breezy out there for sure and very muggy, so you can kind of tell something is brewing. 69 right now, cloudy skies in America's Music City. Quick check of sports, and let's start with some racing. And this was pretty big in Talladega yesterday. First ever NASCAR Cup Series win for 23-year-old Carson Hocevar. He won the Jax Links 500, took the lead on a late restart, and held off Chris Buescher and Alex Bowman by 1/10 of a second. That's sports.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Already having a lot of fun with our guest host this morning, Deanie Richardson, Danny Flowers, Jaylee Roberts from Sister Sadie. They are at the Grand Ole Opry tomorrow night as well, a Tuesday night Opry show. Kelly Sutton, if she does eventually return from Stagecoach, will be at the podium tomorrow. Although right now I think there's about a 50-50 chance it could be me at the podium tomorrow. But one of us will be there to welcome you nonetheless. So, I just think it's always cool anytime you guys are there, right?
We're so excited. Anytime we can get on that stage, that's what we want.
Yeah.
It's our go-to place.
Well, we're excited for new music coming later this year. We're going to feature one from the last record, the title track, in just a little bit as well. But I mentioned I'd Google some fun facts. So we're just going to have a little fun. I have a lot of fun facts to spread throughout the next couple of hours. But now I thought I knew a lot about all the people you had played with. And somehow, tell me if this is true, but how did I miss Bob Seger on the list?
Well, I don't know, because that was a big one.
You think, right. Yeah. Like, one. Patty and Vince and Emmylou and, all the people at the Opry. But Bob Seger was one that...
Did you get the Chieftains? That was one, too.
That did make my list.
So those were my tours. Like, I toured with Holly Dunn first, then went to Patty Loveless, and then Vince Gill, then the Chieftains, then Bob Seger. So those have been my tours that I've done.
There's a lot of Hall of Fames with some of those people.
I've been I should have a sip on that one.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
About time.
We've been waiting for this to be
I've had a great career. And I'm going to drink to that right now because, that's good. I mean, look, did you hear that?
I'll drink to your career.
I mean, so.
Yeah, we don't have to just, I'll drink to anybody's career.
Yeah.
Lack of a career, successful career, it doesn't really matter.
I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try it.
Yeah, that's a tough bottle to drink out of there.
You want this mug?
Oh.
Are we liking it?
I just popped that cork on that one, and that's a good one, Charlie.
Oh, okay.
You might have to have a sip of
Nearly
that one.
8 years old and 117 proof.
Ooh, woo! It's good.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I know. Got a little kick to it this morning.
No, the Bob Seger tour was amazing. I had always wanted to do a rock and roll tour.
Uh-huh.
And never knew how that would happen, but I knew I would get to do it.
Right.
Just because I'm a believer of if you throw that out into the universe,
It'll happen.
it'll happen. And it sure enough did. Bob Seger came to he's a huge Patty Loveless fan, so he came to a show we did in Detroit. And just hung out.
That's hometown, right?
Yeah, he just sat side stage over by me where I was playing and watched Patty's whole show. Came, hung out on the bus. Many years later, decided he wanted to add a fiddle and a banjo to his record. And so I got a call from Glenn Worf, who was playing bass on the record, and said, Bob really wants you to come play on this record. So I walk into this session. They show me where I'm playing, and sitting next to me playing banjo was Glenn Duncan.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sitting there recording with Bob Seger, sitting next to Glenn Duncan playing banjo. It was just insane and so amazing. And then he asked if I'd go do the tour with him. So I went out and I played on 2 records and did the tour. And he's the most musical. You mentioned Ry Cooder. I was on stage with Ry Cooder, and the two of them are like the most musical people I think I've ever, just like you can feel this energy of, it's just oozing out of them, you know?
One of my more recent vinyl purchases is the deluxe version with all the bonus stuff of Buena Vista Social Club, which Ry, of course, went down to Havana in the late 90s and recorded with all these legendary Cuban guys. And just,
well, he produced a Chieftains record.
Oh, yeah.
When I started touring with the Chieftains, he had just produced a Chieftain / Irish meets mariachi music, and that's why he was out there with us. And it was just, you could feel this energy sitting next to me of him. It was just something you just don't experience all the time.
All right. Danny, you ready?
I'm scared.
Are we terrified of birds?
Oh, I sure am. How did you know this about me? I am.
So what
I'm
is it
very
about?
scared
Like
of birds.
all birds? Like
pretty
parakeet to
yeah.
like, I mean, buzzard, I could say, like vulture, I could
Yeah.
kind of see. They're a little creepy, although I find them fascinating.
I do too.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want a bird anywhere near me. It's the flapping specifically that I don't enjoy.
But there's a story why.
There is a story. So when I was young, I think I was
Okay.
maybe 4 or 5 years old. I think I was blackberry. I may have, this could be like a fever dream, but I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it happened. So when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I was picking blackberries with my mother and my aunt. No, my cousin. And I, got whiny and hot, and I was like, I don't want to do this. So I went to lay down in the car. And so, this is like the 90s, Southern Illinois. We've got a car. It's not turned on. So there's like the front 2 windows are rolled down, right? I'm laying down in the back seat where the windows are up. So a bird flies into the car and gets in the back seat with me, and obviously is freaking out because it can't get out of the car. And so it's just, just the flapping.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting back there 4 or 5 screaming my head off with nobody coming to rescue me. I think it's a well-deserved fear that I have, Charlie.
That might have scarred me a little bit.
I don't
want
to talk about it anymore.
All right. We'll delve into Jaylee in just a second, but we're going to play the title track from All Will Be Well. Does this need a setup?
Well, it's a Gabe Dixon tune, and we just loved it. Danny brought this to my attention and loved the tune, and no, it's just a great song.
Yeah.
Sister Sadie.
whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Presented in part by Puckett's Restaurant.
Music City Roots at Harkin Hall will feature Hunter Root, Tyler Booth, and Tobacco Road, April 29th. These three artists bring a signature mix of discovery, storytelling, and unforgettable performances. Hunter Root brings a blend of acoustic rock, folk, blues, and country to the stage with a 60s psychedelic flair. Jim Lauderdale will host, Keith Bilbrey will announce, and Ranger Doug Green of Riders in the Sky will interview each artist for an intimate, insightful evening. Get your tickets for April 29th at harkinhall.com, just 11 minutes from downtown Nashville.
We're talking today with Jeff Roberts of Jeff Roberts & Associates, the working man's lawyer. An 18-wheeler crash can turn your world upside down. The trucking company has lawyers. Do you?
Jeff, I was hit by a semi-truck and now I'm dealing with serious injuries. What can I do?
Trucking accidents are complex. Trucking companies and their insurers will try to protect themselves, not you.
But they're already saying it was my fault.
That's a common tactic. We investigate everything, driver logs, maintenance records, black box data, to find out what really happened. If they cut corners, drove recklessly, or ignored safety regulations, we'll hold them accountable.
Can I afford a lawyer for this?
You don't pay unless we win. You focus on getting better, we'll handle the fight. Give me a call today at 615-425-4400 or visit me at middletninjury.com. That's middletninjury.com.
Jeff Roberts & Associates, the working man's lawyer. Find them online at middletninjury.com.
Hungry for true Southern cooking? Come on down to Puckett's Restaurant, where we're serving up Southern classics and Memphis-style barbecue every day starting at 7 a.m. Whether it's a hearty breakfast, a mouth-watering lunch, or a slow-smoked dinner, Puckett's Restaurant has you covered. And on the weekends, when the sun goes down, stick around for live, local music that turns dinner into a night out. Reserve your table today and taste why Puckett's Restaurant is a Southern tradition. Sit back, relax, we'll make you a plate. Learn more at puckettsrestaurant.com.
Here's a performance from a recent episode of Opry Live on Coffee, Country, and Cody.
If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me? Or to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea. Or to ease your pain. Well, the night the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry. And this amazing band. Thank you.
To all of that, yes. Emmy Lou, Steve Earle, this amazing band, Opry Live, and from induction night for Steve Earle. You know, I went almost 9 years of hosting shows at the Opry and never landed on an induction night.
Oh.
And then I got 4 in a row. I got T. Graham Brown, I got Lainey Wilson, Stephen Curtis Chapman, and Steve Earle.
That's
And
so
I
cool.
and I don't get nervous that often anymore at the podium, but I was so nervous each of those nights.
It's a lot of pressure.
Because you just don't want to mess up
You
their
want it to
night.
be
Right.
perfect.
Yeah. But those would not necessarily be 2 voices I would put together. And gosh, it was magical, wasn't it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think Emmy with anyone, honestly.
Yes, truly.
Yeah.
I'm also like the largest Steve Earle fan, so I love pretty much anything.
I want to
he
be
does.
out there one night when Steve Earle doesn't play mandolin on Copperhead Road.
Yeah.
So you could play, yeah. Steve, let me kind of, heavy metal bluegrass is how we described it one night. Yeah. I also saw him at Starwood one night with Mary Chapin Carpenter and Sean Colvin.
Oh.
And he was in the middle of the 3. And as only Steve Earle could, he came out and said, "Good evening, I am your token testosterone for the evening." But anyway, all right. So we know about the Bob Seger tour that I didn't know about. We know about the Fear of Birds.
Uh-oh.
We like going to the dentist, apparently.
Yes, I love going to the dentist. I always did. I actually wanted to be a dentist when I was little because I loved it so much.
That was the prelude to that fact that
is so-
Jaylee once wanted to be a dental hygienist because she loved going to the dentist so much.
She liked getting the laughing gas.
Yeah, I loved getting my teeth pulled.
Well,
like I would go,
about this
and
all
that's
the
so
time.
crazy. Like I had like the teeth that were like really hard to pull out, and so I would have to get them removed, and they would put the little
Yeah.
You get to pick out your flavor nose, like I'd be like bubble gum, please, and I'd be like, I'm just so happy to be here. You know? It was great.
Okay, so you like being high is what you're essentially telling.
Just a laughing gas. Just a laughing gas. As
Oh.
a small child, you know. And then
Oh.
I would pull all my friends' teeth growing up. So that's fun too. You know, baby teeth.
You're like that little elf from
Yeah.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I want to be a dentist.
Yes, that was
Right. What's his name?
That was me.
I can bet.
That is so
What?
crazy.
Hermie, I want to be a
Right.
dentist. Oh, that's
I'm
hysterical.
shocked. That's why.
All right. Well, this is what you can find when
Wow.
with the assistance of Google AI.
That is
That's
special.
wonderful.
Crazy.
Hey, listen, I got a whole page
Oh,
worth
man.
over
I'm
here,
excited.
so
This is
there's more.
great.
There's more to come.
You have great teeth too, Jamie.
wait.
Look at those teeth.
You actually do. So maybe going to the dentist was beneficial.
I
So.
loved it.
All right, we'd love for you guys to play another one live this hour. Sister Sadie, that Deanie Richardson, Danny Flowers, Jaylee Roberts this morning, our guest hosts.
Thank you. This is we were talking about her earlier. Danny, myself, and Ashley McBride wrote this tune, and I knew it was a great tune when Danny brought it to me, and we went and finished it up with Ashley, and it's just a gorgeous song. But we got into the studio. It's on that All Will Be Well record, and I put the headphones on, and Jaylee started singing, and I just about fell to my knees. So that made it even better.
You should know by now that this runaround is so unnecessary. Don't treat me like a kid. Ain't we too old for this? Laying blame we both should carry. Say you've changed your mind, or you've never felt the way I do. Say there's someone else. All I need from you is to let me know if I should stick around or get to letting go. If you don't know what to say, try saying anything, 'cause this silence just won't do. This is me you're not talking to. Tell me to go to hell I mean, you might as well dig up all your old excuses. But I know you ain't all bad. I wonder who taught you that. I've loved you long enough to love you through this. Say I need you now, or you need some space. But I promise you, I'm good either way. All I need from you is to let me know if I should stick around or get to letting go. If you don't know what to say, try saying anything, 'cause this silence just won't do. This is me you're not talking to. No, I didn't mean to ask too much from you. This is me you're not talking to. This is me.
I cannot wait to hear this new album. This is so great. I love
excited.
that. We did talk a little off air about Ashley McBride, but and we featured. I mean, I got goosebumps at Raleigh's Ride when we opened the show. That incredible instrumental, and then you guys mentioned getting goosebumps watching Emmylou and Steve Earle on our Opry Rewind. If I want to try and explain to someone just the beauty and the heart and the majesty of the Opry, I sometimes will show them the video of Ashley McBride's Opry debut when she's doing Girl Going Nowhere.
I was there. I got chills when you just said
I
it.
got literally,
I was watching
yes,
it.
4 for 4.
I was
Yeah,
there.
5 for 5 probably. Yeah.
I was standing side stage. Jeannie Seeley was standing next to me, and we watched that whole thing. It was something.
When she steps back and that
One thing about Ashley McBride is she loves that place.
Yeah.
Everything about that performance was so genuine and so special, and just encompasses how like every single one of us feels, I think, when we step onto that stage. Not like any time, not just the first time.
It's the perfect moment.
It is.
It really is. Yeah, she's phenomenal. All right. Sister Sadie in studio with us. They're our guest hosts. We got a whole other hour to go, too. I tell you what, we have just started. Drink it.
Yes.
Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Starting your day with a smile.
WSM.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Every morning, we rise and shine. Make breakfast and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
From the Simply Superior Studio, inside the Springer Mountain Farms Acuff House, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody, presented in part by Puckett's Restaurant.
Your radio home for the Opry. WSM Nashville.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Congressman Ro Khanna wants to create a bipartisan commission on political violence after the weekend shooting at the annual White House Correspondents Association dinner. A California Democrat told NBC's Meet the Press Sunday that the commission should look at everything from social media to mental health issues with a focus on bringing the temperature down. Iran reportedly wants Washington to consider a new proposal to open the Strait of Hormuz. According to sources with knowledge of the effort, the plan would reopen the critical maritime passageway and the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports would be lifted. Discussions about Iran's nuclear ambitions would take place at a later date, only after the blockade has ended.
Ready whenever you are, Michael.
The new Michael Jackson movie is king at the box office. Michael, the biopic about the king of pop, raked in $97 million domestically. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
WSM weather.
From the Springer Mountain Farms Weather Center, here's your first alert forecast.
I'm WSMV4 First Alert Meteorologist Stefano DiPietro. It's a first alert weather day. The risk of strong to severe thunderstorms across the mid-state. A couple of isolated storms could fire up this afternoon west of I-65. The main severe threat this evening and overnight tonight with all modes of severe weather, including isolated tornadoes, possible.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of muggy and a little breezy out there. You can kind of feel that something is brewing. It's 70 degrees here in America's Music City. Again, if the hour by hour is correct, though, it honestly looks like the really heavy stuff won't start until late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Honestly, right about the time I'm driving in tomorrow. But we'll keep you updated throughout the day on that. Okay, quick check of sports. One day after they're having their winning streak snap, the Braves bounced right back with a 6-2 win over the Phillies. Atlanta took control 3 runs in the bottom of the first, and then 3 more in the bottom of the second. Matt Olson and Eli White both homered. Chris Sale's 6 strong innings to get the win. The Braves take 2 out of 3. They're off today home against the Detroit Tigers, starting a home series at Truist Park tomorrow. Arizona and San Diego wrapped up their series in Mexico City. The Diamondbacks beat the Padres 12-7. Colorado sweeps a doubleheader from the Mets at Citi Field. New York struggling 3-1 and 3-0. They've dropped 15 of 17. And in Boston, a huge shakeup. Alex Cora, the manager, and 5 coaches all fired over the weekend. The Red Sox are in last place in the American League East. And in AAA ball, the Sounds beat Charlotte 5-1. First ever AAA home run for Cooper Pratt of Nashville. That's It has been a crazy fast hour with Deanie Richardson, Danny Flowers, Jaylee Roberts from Sister Sadie. We got another hour to go on radio, so switch over to WSM 650 AM or the free WSM app or WSMradio.com because we're going to tell a lot more stories and play a lot more really great music. Tomorrow morning on the show, rewind to the Opry stage, highlight moments from this weekend's Opry 100 shows, and guests later this week include the Malpass Brothers, Jeff Bates, and Ashley Ann. Plus, we got tickets to the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band tomorrow, May 13th, at the Opry House, the farewell tour. We'll see you on radio in a second.